Welcome back to the Cosmic Kickback. I'm here with my guests, Nick and Josh.
Oh, that's funny.
How y'all feeling today? So today's topic, we're going to be talking about a review for Wonder Woman. It was a movie that came out in, I believe, 2017.
Yeah.
Am I correct on that? So it follows the DCEU version, or their basic depiction of Wonder Woman and her origin story.
That's crazy. Yeah, so...
This is now the DC stand back, because we've done like 5 episodes straight in a row where it's just DC news, DC movies.
We're going through all the movies in preparation for the Snyder Cut, as Nick knows.
I think even before we did that, we just talked about DC.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, so we're now on Wonder Woman. We watched this the other night.
Just breezing through.
Yeah. So let's just get right into it. What did you guys think of the movie?
That was my second time seeing it. I think I saw it in theaters.
What's the story, Nick? Give us a quick summary.
Well, let me talk about when I first saw it. When I saw it for the second time. I first saw it when it came out, 2017. I really liked it. And like I said, I think I said this last episode, this is when DC was more like director-based kind of movies. So they just gave it, what was her name? Patty Jenkins? Right?
Yes.
She directed it.
Patty.
And yeah.
What was it?
Damn,
Nick, no.
Damn, Nick, that went hard. Okay. Let me take control of this again real quick.
Why'd you give it to me?
Wait. What did Patty Jenkins direct before Wonder Woman? Anything notable?
Let's look at her filmography.
Okay.
Right,
We spelled her name wrong first, so that's good.
It's all good. Google know what I mean.
Okay. Let's see. Nick, right there. Click on that. Nick, click on that.
My bad, bro.
I'm trying to read it back.
Might have to edit this out because Nick.
She did Monster in 2003.
Arrested Development. She directed.
She did Arrested Development. Wow.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. I Am the Night. It's a TV series.
I Am the Night is really good.
Never seen it before.
That's the one that I was talking about a couple long episodes ago. I was saying it's about the Black Dahlia murders.
Oh, that's right. That was a long ass time.
Yeah, dude, it's really good. It's got Chris Pine in it too, actually. So maybe that's why he was in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we got. I don't think we said this in the beginning, but Christian introed us, one of our favorite guests. Christian, you got to say your name when you let them know you're here.
Oh, they know who I am.
That's the guy who snorts stuff.
So yeah, he snorted some G Fuel right before we started.
Yeah.
No one asked him to.
So he might be a bit off the rails, but
Yeah.
So this movie,
Oh wow, Zack Snyder helped write it.
I said that when we watched it. I was like, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't ask.
Yeah, but you weren't listening. Damn, that's
Dude, oh my god. Oh, dude.
I might have to edit the J now.
No. Keep this in. For everyone that's listening to all this hubbubaloo on the other side of the camera. We're kind of doing this with our camera guy, our intern. We got 2 interns right now. It's Emily, who's Josh's girlfriend, and then Jaden.
Which is Nick's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's a boy, so.
He's transitioning.
He's a guy, so.
Don't miss that girl.
Okay.
Yeah, back on the Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I think so far.
This is definitely a top 3 DC movie.
It's top 3 out of all the ones that they've made so far. Gal Gadot is great as Wonder Woman.
Great casting, yeah.
Yeah.
Another spot on casting.
We last saw her in Batman vs Superman. Jaden or Nick? Sorry, I just stared at Jaden off
That's
camera.
crazy. I didn't know like she appeared in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
I was so taken aback. I thought Wonder Woman.
What?
Well, this
She
is
came
her
out in
first.
the fucking trailer.
But I never saw it.
Watched any of it.
I fucking was on that Marvel shit.
Yeah, he was
I was like,
fanboying. He was
Civil
fanboying.
War?
Yes. So okay, Nick, are
Civil
you're gonna tell us what the story was, or was that what you thought the story was? Would you said it earlier?
That's what I would.
Wow.
That's
So you just didn't watch it. Okay, Christian.
Well, it's pretty much her about like she's at Themyscira, right?
Okay.
She knows she's a kid. She kind of everyone but her knows she's special.
Okay.
And she's a child of a god.
Okay. We all know.
I mean, Logan Paul is. I am a god.
Oh
But
Says the Forest Boy.
what?
Okay, keep going.
And then pretty much Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, he crashes his plane into their island.
Yep.
Messes it all up, and like
Yeah.
humanity meets these kind of like Amazonians living on the island. They're just like, yo, we got to do something about this. There's like war going on.
During World War One.
Yeah.
The Great War.
The Great War, the only war. That happened at the time.
The Civil War was before it.
Yeah, pretty much Wonder Woman just runs away from home with Steve Trevor, and she's like, yo, we gotta
Save the world of man.
Yeah. Wonder Woman thinks that like the only reason the war is happening is because of Ares. which is
that's
partially
kinda,
true.
It's kind of true.
At that point in the story, we didn't know.
I don't know though. I mean, if we
gotta get to that point.
We'll
get to that point. Yeah, she runs away with Steve Trevor. She meets up with like a battalion and all that. The movie just follows her trying to go and confront Ares. There's a lot of good action
But
sequences.
does she?
Actually.
Does she meet Ares?
I don't know. Let's ask the viewers. What do you guys think?
We're gonna put a poll on
One of these
Twitter.
episodes like Dora. What do you?
All right, so full spoilers. Obviously, this movie's been out for 3 years. If you haven't seen it by now, that's on you.
I'm assuming y'all are watching these with us.
Yeah.
Come on, by the fourth one, like.
Come on, boy.
You gotta get what we're doing.
So, let's hop right into it. This movie, are we gonna? What do you want to talk about? Like,
Let's talk about the cinematography first, because I think that's a pretty. The style of the movie was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful too.
Very gritty.
I think even when we talked about this when we were ranking like summer movies, we were like, "Yo, this one was pretty good." And then we called Emily up, and she's like, "Oh, this movie, like, especially watching it for like a woman, she's like, oh, this is really cool. This is a very empowering movie for women." I like the scene, like probably the best scene in the whole movie when she's going through like no man's land and like dodging the bullets and shit. That was really cool.
And shit.
Yeah, they were throwing shit at her too.
I mean, it was really muddy in there, but I don't think it was actual shit.
I mean, it might have been, bro. You don't know what they're doing.
The Germans
you
are just
don't.
like, yo,
Because there's like horses back
throw
there.
everything. Throw this shit.
So this movie takes place in the past, but the beginning and the end of the movie take place right after Batman vs Superman, where she gets a photograph, and I guess she's just reminiscing on her past. And so let me see. What are some things that happen that are worth mentioning? What do you think of the Themyscira stuff?
I thought that was really cool because I like seeing stuff that's like in the comic books be shown in the movie for more than like 5 minutes. I feel like it's always like in the Transformer movie when they did that, like it's literally them just leaving the planet. But then like the new Bumblebee movie, they like
is that in the first?
It was
one?
like in the Bumblebee one, they did like a whole 10-minute like fight sequence, and you actually got to see the whole.
I heard
like,
that's
planet.
the best part of the movie.
It is, yeah. But anyways, that's not the top.
Hey, it might be soon though.
Maybe.
Stay tuned.
I really like the world building. It was really cool seeing the Amazonians and all that. I felt pretty emasculated. I was like, damn, these chicks just living without men.
Emasculated.
Yeah.
It was cool that they were able to translate pretty much anything from the comic book or anything from her origin story like very spot on to the movie, because that's something that a lot of DC movies struggle with really hard sometimes.
Early on, yeah. Well, I think the casting for DC has always been pretty good.
No, the casting, but as far as translating like events and things that actually happen in the comics to an actual storyline,
oh yeah,
can sometimes be a little bit hard.
Well, yeah, it was Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at this. It's a collection of all the good shots of the cinematography of Wonder Woman.
I would say probably my favorite scene, or probably my favorite sequence in the movie would be the ending. The finale was really...
Oh, when she's fighting.
No, kind of, with Trevor.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool. I feel like it's her in No Man's Land.
Very cool sequence. If y'all don't know beforehand, I'm a really big Chris Pine fanboy. I was a really, really big fan when they cast him as Captain Kirk in Star Trek.
I did not know. Oh, I remember seeing Star Trek.
The reboots, the second one struggles a lot.
Got a lot of lens flares. I mean, that was a
Kind
meme.
of Star Trek-ish.
So, let me think. By looking at this, this actually gives us a good overview of what happened in the movie. It's I'm realizing that this movie, this story is quite linear. Like it's pretty.
Yeah, there isn't really flashbacks.
It's very easy to follow. Like it just goes. It's just like there's a girl on an island. It's Wonder Woman. She leaves to help. She does help. She helps some more, and then that's it. That's pretty much it. She goes out. She helps.
I think like when
it's pretty simple.
When she leaves the mascara, like she has this kind of innocence because the whole island pretty much hasn't been. I wouldn't say poisoned by man, but like kind of just people like
poisoned by man.
There's also evil women. There was that chick who was like making the gas and shit without half a face.
Oh, what was her name? Dr. Poison.
Dr. Facehole.
Poison.
That's kind of fucked.
Dude, she's cool.
No, but pretty much through the movie, she like holds the innocence because like she grew up on Themyscira, like oh everything's fine and stuff like.
Well, that's
and then she realizes she's special, and then like Trevor's like yo like people are bad like just because they bad.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's kind of like what I thought was really interesting, that she had that conversation with that Native American guy. What was his name? He was like a mercenary, and he was fighting for the Americans.
Yeah, he was part of their group.
But basically, she was like, "What happened to your people?" And because she was talking about why do you go to war, and she's like, he was like for money, and then she said something on the lines of, "Shouldn't you just fight for country and people?" And he said I have no people left, and she was like, "Well, what happened to them?" And he pointed at Trevor, and he's like, "They were taken out by his people," and she gave him like. She didn't really give him a dirty stare or anything, but she was like confused on why he would like be even standing next to him at that point.
Yeah, she don't get nothing, bro.
She didn't understand like how.
It's pretty much like a little kid through the whole movie. She's like getting ice cream and shit.
Yeah, the first half is I'd say very There's a lot of comedic moments which I think actually work in this one because it makes sense that she would be.
And Chris Pine's just like naked in front of her.
Oh, it was
She's like, "Is this average?"
He's like, "I'm
like
above average."
Probably a thing any guy would do.
That was a cool.
But she don't know.
Oh yeah, because there's like no men on the island before.
Like, what is that?
You just be like, yeah, this. It's like I'm the greatest, and she would know.
I'm the only man. How do they actually? Didn't you? I asked you, how do they reproduce on the island?
How do they?
Oh, I told you it's kind of.
Oh yeah, it's kind of.
It's kind of weird.
It's never explained in the movie.
They just kind of ignore it in the movie, but in the comics, there's a comic that deals with this. The people of Themyscira, the women, they will swim out past their hidden area or whatever, and they'll board a group or a ship full of drunken sailors, and they'll just have sex with all of them, get impregnated, and then they will kill all the men, and then they will return back to their island.
I thought
that's pretty. That's what they do. But Wonder Woman was made out of clay and brought to life by Zeus, the god, because she's a demigod, I think, or a god.
When I first heard you explain that, I might have just misremembered it. I thought they swam out to like sailor ships, killed them, and then like took their like kids.
No, what the fuck, dude?
That's all. That's a. You sure you didn't change it?
No, that's what happens. That is the writing. I don't know
what
who
you
wrote
gotta
it.
do.
I don't know when, but I do know that's what.
I mean, the 70s was a crazy time.
They did that. They couldn't like jerk them off when they sleep or something. I mean, it was a little extreme.
Who wrote Wonder Woman? Like, who made her?
Who made her?
Dude,
no, like the writers.
Well, look,
they wrote this shit.
Back when Wonder Woman first came out, it was like all old stuff back in the day. Mm-hmm. It was a masculine heavy thing, and they always made everybody Captain America. Everything was strong, male, whatever. You know, there wasn't a lot of females, so all of them were in some skimpy outfits. You know, That's all they do. So that's how it was written back then, and it's obviously advanced since then. But we got to accept and just realize that the origin of pretty much all female superheroes was sexualized.
Yeah,
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But
it's like fortunately evolved, like where. Like, women are starting to just take their own, like, stories and stuff and making them like this movie.
Yeah, dude, no, actually, since we're on the topic, this is not really about the movie. Kind of in a way, but, you know, who was it? I think it was Josh Whedon, who's kind of in some heat right
Fucking
now.
Nerd.
What did he say?
He's in some heat because of apparently some allegations when he was making,
Avengers?
No, when he was making Justice League.
So God, is this what he looks like?
Yeah. So
throw up a picture of him right now.
Oh, he looks like Louis C.K.
So we wrote.
Look at this fucking sausage making.
Dude, chill.
He looks like he makes sausages.
All right, so this guy, he wrote a script for look, this is what Ray Fisher, who you'll meet in Justice League that we'll be watching. I think it's next on our list.
Who does Ray Fisher play?
Yeah,
he plays Cyborg.
Oh,
so okay. He pretty much said that Josh Whedon was abusive on...
I can see him from the...
here's Ray Fisher's tweet. He says, Josh Whedon's on-set treatment of the casting crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, and unprofessional, and completely unacceptable.
I think I heard about this.
He was enabled in many ways by Jeff Johns and John Berg. So, since then, there's been some people going back in his past and digging stuff up as usual with cancel culture. In some ways, I think cancel culture goes too far, but in other ways, it might be well-deserved if you guys are still doing weird shit nowadays. But this is all I'm going to say. He made, what's his name? Josh Whedon wrote a script for Wonder Woman back in the early 2000s. And you can find the script online. And if you read it, it sounds like a 13-year-old, like, horny boy's, like, writing of Wonder Woman. Like there's like he writes it like Wonder Woman.
He looks like 55 in this photo.
Wonder
so
Woman.
Early 2010s, he's like 40.
Yeah, it was not good no matter how old he was. He wrote it. It sounds like that fan fiction shit that teenagers be writing.
Oh, like
he wrote the script. You can look it up if you want to, but off the top of my head, this isn't quoting it. This is just
Dobby has this.
This is off the dome.
8-inch
He writes something like Wonder Woman stands up or whatever, like we get a shot going up her legs to reveal like her glistening like thighs as she looks timid but innocent, yet knowing that she has sexual power over these people. She's a seductress. Like all this random shit that he's adding in as like the screen like play dialogue.
It sounds like
what the fuck?
That fucking one episode of It's Always Sunny when Dennis is like reading his erotica out loud.
Oh yeah.
He's like, a woman's mouth is not for the exiting of words.
Oh my god.
Oh god, dude.
So
Jesus Christ.
That's just...
And that guy's a fucking sociopathic like asshole. Let's say
we
about
gotta
him.
do a whole review on It's Always Sunny, dude.
here we
On
go.
weaponizing rom-com.
I got it right here. Pulled it up for Nick.
This is such a big tangent, but it is related.
Wonder Woman
Alright.
script. Okay, we got it up. We're pulling it up.
Blah blah blah.
Read the funny parts.
Josh Whedon.
Oh my god.
Oh, his
It's
tweets.
taking us
Oh, we
to
got it.
Twitter
It's a
now.
tweet. It's a tweet.
Sign in as Nick Brewer.
I'm reading Whedon's original script for Wonder Woman.
Jesus Christ. Did
Oh,
he
so
actually
yeah.
say that?
Okay,
Then-
he's reading it word for word from
Yeah.
the script now.
Okay, so then she moves her leg back and turns fluidly, a curve rippling up her body as she folds into a dance that is sensual, ethereal, and wicked sexy. This is not a warrior march. Though it remains idiosyncratic, it is neither out of place nor unnoticed on the crowded floor. And then this guy named Angel, Griffin and Ben watch enraptured. Ben, are you watching? Blah, blah, blah. So guys are just like checking her out.
So she's basically like fucking.
This guy's trying to like write it like it's a 60s cartoon in the 2010s.
Not even a 60s cartoon. This is like
It's
a.
just like smut.
This just sounds like a.
Yeah.
This sounds like.
That's a great word. It is smut.
Oh, so Steve Trevor is speaking in this line, Nick.
All right, do you have a good impression of him?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, Christian's gonna do this.
You want me to like do the line? Let me read some back notes on Steve Trevor. See what he's supposed to
Just
do.
read it like he reads.
All right, Steve Trevor. I think you're dangerous. I think you mean well, but you're looking for trouble and you're wildly adept at finding it. I think you've got some delusions of grandeur and some actual grandeur, which is confusing. I don't like confusing. I hate the fact that I'm so attracted to you. Just touching you is overwhelming, and I keep hoping you'll turn around so I can see more of you naked. Okay, this
Wait.
Don't laugh when you say it. You
Okay.
gotta try to sell this.
Okay, fine. I'll
No,
read
I'll
Oh,
it.
do it.
that was the end. We don't gotta read it again. We got full. That was the whole quote.
I did it up until he said he just wants to fucking see her naked. I mean,
Oh my god, there's more. Okay.
You be Steve. I'll be Diana.
okay.
This is
Okay, do your best, Diane.
Okay, yeah, sure. You're Diana.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
What is up here? Okay, I'll just skip that.
Just skip that.
Okay,
So
Diana
just
says,
imagine he says some shit to her.
I don't like your manner.
And I don't like feature. And I don't feature spending my last night on Earth playing Discovery Channel for some bored debutante.
I'm just trying to understand.
Understand what?
You. Your world.
Can't.
Can't?
Can't. Is that another word for you? It means are unable to.
But you won't even...
You and I have nothing in common.
That wasn't too
Diana,
bad.
shut up.
Oh.
Nobody's insulting you.
Okay, that one's not that
Steve
bad.
proceeds. Oh, I was just gonna kind of freestyle.
You're gonna do something. Alright, well, we've
I can
gotten,
assume what this fucking smut shit is.
we've gotten enough of it. Pretty
Yeah.
much. That one wasn't that bad, actually.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't too bad. But,
That sounded like some porn acting.
But as we see, people are... we'll get into it when we talk about Justice League, but
I'm
this...
assuming Whedon sold
he-
the script to browsers or something.
Look, this is what's weird. Whedon, since we know he wrote this Wonder Woman script, so he obviously has some fetish for Wonder Woman. He tried doing some kind of sus shit with Wonder Woman
Sus.
during the Justice League filming, which we'll talk
What?
about. Yeah, I'll talk about it when we watch Justice League and review it. But let's stay.
Okay. That's got to be it too.
That'll be next. We'll talk about.
Yeah.
Can you talk about Wonder Woman?
So back from that tangent, anyways. We just had to shit on him real
Okay,
quick.
let me just. I'm gonna go through quickly on the beginning, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So When she gets to London, it's really funny because she says it's hideous.
She fights those guys. Oh yeah, because London's like the complete opposite. Like it's all dark.
She's
it's
been living on a tropical
cobblestone
island.
roads.
Yeah, she's on a tropical island.
The horses
all sunny.
like carry people.
It's really funny when she's walking through because she's kind of like a kid in a way. Like
Yeah,
she's walking
she's getting
and she's like,
ice
okay, she's like to the war, and he's like, oh, we can't go there yet. And she's like, no, like Steve Trevor, you told me. And she's like, oh, a baby. And
Like,
she like
no,
runs
it's
into a baby.
Oh yeah, and he's like, no, it's not made of clay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He says that.
And then she's like, why are they holding hands? And he's like, probably because they're together. And she's like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, not together like that. And it's just like, she doesn't know anything. So it's very...
You see, that plays off a lot better than fucking... I want to see.
It's very innocent. Yeah, and there's a scene on the boat where they're coming back from Themyscira on the boat, and it's not like Josh Whedon wrote this. It's not sexualized at all. It's very innocent and funny because she's talking like they're about to go to sleep, and she's like, "Why are you sleeping over there? Like you didn't want to sleep with me?" And she just means like sleep next to him. But
Yeah.
like he's like, no, I've slept with people before. Like it's okay. And then he's just like, I'm okay over here. And she's like, okay, if you don't want to. And he's like, oh, you want me to sleep with you? Fine. And they like go over there, and then they just have a little conversation.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she says, oh, like you're talking about like biological reproduction, and then she's like, I know about this. I've read all 12 volumes of the or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and
the
then
sex volume.
Yeah, and then C. Trevor just like looks over, and he's just like, oh my god, what the
It's like, what did they say?
yeah.
What does the text
yeah,
say?
And then she says she's like, oh, you wouldn't like them. It says that men are not necessary for like pleasure.
That's a hint.
No, it said although they're necessary for reproduction, they're not necessary for pleasure at all.
I'd like to argue that.
Well, it's good writing. I like it. Whoever wrote this.
Yeah, honestly, going from that point and we'll get to the end of the movie. It's kind of crazy how they took like, she plays kind of this innocent like, she's still trying to find her way, and at the end she's pretty much like involved in like the whole like 2 hours the movie runs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Nick.
pretty good what that writing can do, bro.
Yeah, Nick.
Take notes, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Nick.
Just the whole movie. Take notes.
Yeah. Like, don't not give us enough Slipknot.
Yeah.
More Slipknot.
She had him.
More Diablo.
She had him out. What kind of shitty acting was that?
At that point, Diablo should have just like burned his face off.
But he was still like innocent or peaceful.
Like, no.
Okay, so then they get
Yeah, so leaving London, right?
they leave London. She gets some ice cream.
She gets some drip too. Remember, she puts on some outfits.
That's
on.
a good scene when
That's-
she's
that was
dressing
fun.
up.
It's really comical.
She's like, how do women fight in this? And then Etta Candy, her friend, it's actually her best friend in the comics.
Oh really?
Etta Candy's like kind of her like sidekick, but not like a superhero, but like just a friend.
Mm.
It's like her best friend, and so she's in there, and she's Steve Trevor's assistant. There's a funny line which she says, like, oh, I'm his secretary, and she's like, secretary, what is that? He's like, oh, I like do what he wants, like when he wants and when. And she's like, oh, that's slavery, where I come from. That's a funny line. She talks about fighting.
It is interesting the way like, because she's pretty much new to America, so like all these critiques she has.
London, Nick?
Yeah, London. Well, any outside world place.
Oh yeah.
She's kind of just like, oh, like,
That's great.
why do you do this? Why do you do this? It's like, you shit in toilets. Like she's
Dude,
just
where
so
did they
like.
shit on Themyscira?
Probably
Now,
like
now
in
we're
the,
asking the right questions here.
probably in the bush.
They probably took like Steve's plane and just started shitting in it
What?
because a man lived in there. Like,
What the fuck, Nick?
We must shit in
Nick,
the
I don't think they hate men. I just think they just don't live with them.
You think
Actually,
they have,
I don't
like-
know. They kill men after.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
I think that's just to make sure like that
They
the
took
child
one night
is-
stands with men and killed them.
Maybe they don't come back to Themyscira.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? That's not.
Wait, so what if the child that's
This is
born?
like-
That's not in the movie. It's in the comics, so we don't know what they'd be doing
Okay.
in the movie.
So in the comics, speaking of that, what if the child is finally born and it is a male? Will they just kill a baby?
I think they kill the baby. Either
Bro,
that or
that's just lunch right
they
there.
kill it.
They
That's just lunch.
I mean, they're not just gonna kill the man. They probably would just like eat it.
Or maybe they like send it off somehow, magic.
Oh my god, get that Jungle Book bullshit out of here. Just send him off in a little carriage and he'll survive.
They might put him on a boat and just push it out to sea.
Oh, he just becomes like
a
fucking...
shark just comes up like in
Oh
Fortnite.
my god. We don't know. We don't know. These are the good questions, but
Yeah.
I think the next scene
90 Day Fiance. The mascara.
Oh my god.
That would be very interesting. They should do that.
There's a
They
scene,
should
dude. I'm
coordinate
telling
that.
you, let's watch
They should coordinate that.
when Harley Quinn the show comes out on
We should do that
Max.
after the movies. Actually,
We should watch
should
it.
watch the TV
It's
shows.
really quick because they're only 20-minute episodes, so we can just
Really?
binge through them.
There's
Yeah,
like I think 30 of them.
there's in total about 30 because there's like 14 a season and there's 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's really good,
we'll
bro.
go by faster.
it's
if we
really
go.
good.
And there's a scene or there's an episode in season 2 where they go to Themyscira.
Really?
It's for Poison Ivy's what is it called, like wedding shower or whatever?
Baby shower?
No, not baby shower. She
getting married.
That's-
she's getting married.
to Kite Man.
It's bachelor parties for men.
Kite Man?
What do they call it for males?
Bachelor party.
Bachelorette party.
Bachelor.
Oh, bachelor.
They go there for her bachelorette party, and it's like Themyscira, and it's when you watch it, it's good.
Oh, yeah,
but,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the next part, all they do is they just get Steve Trevor's squad, all the people, like they got a sniper.
Before they leave London, they go to the war meeting, remember? And this is when they're like, oh, like this chick with like a hole in her face is making gas. We need to like stop that because like it's a war weapon.
Dr. Poison.
Dr. Wholeface, whatever her name
Dude,
is.
she's cool, bro.
What's her name?
Stop hating on her. It's Dr. Poison.
Dr. Poison?
Yeah,
really?
that's the comic book character's name.
Who played the?
Yeah, what'd I tell you?
I never doubted you.
Who
Bro,
played the?
I
German
told you while we were
colonel?
I just
watching
called
it.
him my own thing.
While we were, bro, Nick don't listen while we're watching. I literally said like, bro, yeah, her name's Dr. Poison.
What was that guy's name? The German colonel, the main character, or the main villain up until like a certain point.
It does not matter. Yeah, so the main villains of this movie, it really doesn't, dude. It's just a normal German guy.
If you've watched it with us, like,
So
Young
pretty
man.
much there's the main villains of this movie, which we have not talked about. We cannot see what we think about them. There's a generic German dude. Forget his name. And then there's Dr. Poison, who is from the comics. I don't know who the hell the German dude is. I don't know if he's from the comics or not. He's just a regular German guy. But she creates like she creates a serum that he like inhales. He pretty much snorts some coke and it gives him some superpowers.
and makes him like see through for some reason.
Oh yeah, you could see all his
Fucking
shit or whatever.
yeah.
Nick, did you watch this movie, bro? This dude
Yeah.
looks confused. He's like, what? I didn't see this.
I just heard shit.
Okay, guys. So basically, there's a sequence where they finally start understanding that there is a magical element to who she is and what she is. It's when they're fighting in the trenches and basically they realize, oh, this bitch is bulletproof.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to talk about that. Is she bulletproof? Because I don't think she uses her shield.
Apparently, it's
So is she bulletproof like Superman, or does she? Because she blocks everything with her
Well-
bracelets and her shield.
Yeah.
I think if even if she isn't bulletproof, remember when she got injured on Themyscira and like they literally bandaged it up and they took it off like 10 minutes later and it was healed.
So she's
So
got
she's-
okay.
Well, what they said
Yeah.
in the comic books is that her skin is supposed to be as strong as steel.
Yeah.
So if her skin is as strong as steel, maybe she is.
Even when she was
bulletproof.
fighting
I
Superman,
mean,
remember?
I can get a thing of steel and shoot like a couple 50 cals through it in the same spot and get through it.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what kind of
The
steel.
theme is steel.
AR-500 steel can take about like 80 rounds.
I mean, we'll see.
That's our sponsor for today's
We-
video. No.
I don't know. It's kind of left vague in this universe still, but yeah, I think in the comics there's some depictions of her where she's not bulletproof, so she uses her shit like we've seen in this movie. And then there's some ones where she's flying like Superman. She's pretty much on the same level as Superman in like a lot of the comics, but then some of them they switch her up. And in this one we still don't really know because we haven't seen her fly like 100% like Superman. We've seen her do big ass jumps, but we don't know if she flies.
I don't think she can because
Yeah, I think that'd be too
Or
OP.
at least she doesn't think she knows she can yet.
Who
no,
knows?
because we've already seen her 80 years past like the events where she finds
Yeah.
out she's a god.
She's just been sitting there for like 80 years on her ass, and she finally figures out, oh shit, I can fly.
Yeah, like that'd be if they did that in the movies. I kind of
Like I've been wasting gas money all this time.
I know that would be a nitpick, but I wouldn't really fuck with that just because
Yeah.
she hasn't been able to do it. So
It's kind of like
much.
an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like you gotta like know what your character is.
If she could fly in Batman vs Superman and then she couldn't in Wonder Woman till the very end, that would be pretty interesting. That would be something they could explore. But they didn't do that, and therefore I wouldn't fuck with the idea now.
I'll fuck with it.
You see, it's like a chicken costume.
Yeah.
That'll
Josh just looked up a photo of so in the 1984 Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, or like in the poster, I guess, for the promotions, she has like this golden like gilded armor on.
They call it the chicken costume. I don't think they actually call it
Yeah,
that.
I guess from the comics, she has like pretty much the same outfit, but just like with big ass wings.
Maybe
and-
she's gonna fly in the second one then.
She looks like Valkyrie.
That's another dude. I'm really excited to see the sequel because there's one scene where you can't really tell, but it looks like her and Steve Trevor are flying and there's fireworks. They might have the invisible jet, which is from the comics. She flies an invisible
Where's the
jet.
restrooms?
She flies an invisible jet in the comics, and it's just like she looks like she's just sitting there, like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, but like she's in the sky. So actually, I think she doesn't fly then if she has a jet.
Invisible boat mobile.
I would you have it. Yeah, you see that make
Shut up, Mermaid Man.
you see that would make sense though.
Evil!
Shut the fuck up.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, hey yo. Hey, stop. This is on my search history. This dude's looking at me.
Bro, I can see it. I can see it from the fucking
Dude, it popped up. Okay, let's get back to the movie.
Yeah, so back to the story.
Bro, the best part, let's just get right. It's right in the middle. It's the trench scene.
Yeah.
Where she goes through no man's land and she's blocking bullets and shit. You know, she dancing.
I explained.
Yeah, it's easily the best scene. Like,
Yeah, the music, everything.
dude, I love how they have the Wonder Woman theme, like from Batman vs Superman.
Dude, it's so cool.
They brought it back for this one, which I'm glad they did because I think Hans Zimmer made that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So
Already goated.
Goated, bro.
Goat.
Just like Gal, bro, the goat.
Gal Goat.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Dude, they have a robot chicken thing.
Dude, Nick. All right, so
You can distract.
as they go on, the next thing they need to do. We never talked about the villains. What do you guys think about the villains? There's two of them.
It depends.
I like
are we talking about
Doctor-
the real villain or the?
Well, yeah, we can talk. Yeah, Ares is in
All
this
of
as
them,
well,
man.
but Ares doesn't pop out to the very end of the movie. Like we're talking 20 minutes left. He's been on her side the whole time since the beginning. It's the dude with the mustache from Harry Potter.
Thank you. I swear to God, I was like, that guy, Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
him.
yeah,
I know.
So he's in it and he's on their side in the beginning, and he's in that meeting in the beginning where he's helping Steve Trevor, and it turns out he was Ares the whole time. Then he starts fighting one of them. But up until then, let's talk about the main villains for the most point of it, and then we'll talk about Ares at the end. What you think of everything in general? What are you guys' thoughts?
I like Dr. Poison. She was really, comic book character, really weird.
I've been telling you, Poison.
And,
That's all she do.
yeah, it seemed like a very World War One thing.
It makes
too,
perfect
like making,
sense because that was chemical warfare. Was like that's what it was.
All like introduced. Yeah,
and it's so cool that they used it in that. It's a perfect choice, I think. I kind of wish she was in it more.
Yeah.
It's cool that they made that Colonel like a really super hardcore nationalist.
Is that the guy that was in Wolverine or X-Men Origins?
Played Stryker?
Yes.
He played Stryker.
Yeah.
He comes out in American Horror Story too.
Really?
Yeah, he plays a rapist. But I don't know,
That's crazy.
it's not that cool.
Joss
But...
Whedon type beat.
Josh Whedon type beat.
But I thought it was really interesting seeing that like he's so pro-nationalist, pro his country that he's willing to kill his superior officers for fucking basically signing a peace treaty.
They throw the poison in there, lock him in there.
Yeah.
There's a scene, Nick missed it. It's really funny. It's kind of funny, I think. I don't know, but
I was busy getting water.
she has her poison, which goes through gas or mask.
Oh,
gas
she's like
mask.
trying to test it.
Yeah, she tests it in it. But at one point, when they go and kill all of his uppers or whatever, they go in and she throws in the gas, which actually is a really cool shot. She kind of like throws it in and it like zooms out. But they lock him in there, and then her and the colonel or whatever are talking, and he put a gas mask in there for them, and she's like, the gas mask won't help them, and then he's like, they don't know that, and then they're both like, and they both like they both giggle together, and then they run off, and it's kind of funny. It reminds me of like old cartoons. It reminds me of old cartoons when the villains like laugh together, like, you know, it's kind of funny.
There's that one sequence earlier in the movie before they develop the like true gas, when they're like when they're still trying to develop it, and they're testing it on that one dude, and the dude's like screaming and stuff, and he has a mask, but it doesn't penetrate, and he's just like, oh, thank God, and she like pulls the cord and it rips the mask off, and he's just like, oh.
I'm just happening there.
Yeah, they do a good job of making the. We're really testing Jaden over here. He's actually been doing pretty good at keeping quiet.
They made her a really hateable character.
This dude's like,
yeah,
like vein coming out of his
I
neck.
kind of wish she would have had like maybe one or two more scenes. She's kind of just. I mean, she can't be a main villain because one of them would like wreck her really quick.
Yeah.
So they need Ares there.
Mm-hmm.
But Ares pulls up at the end, which.
But she was still doing kind of most of the work, making the gas.
Yeah, that's true. And we find out at the end that he said he hasn't done any of this himself. He said he's kind of just given them the idea, and then it's their decision that they've done it. And we see a flashback when she writes her equation for the chemical or whatever, he kind of walks by and he's just like,
It's like 2 squared minus x over 4. That's how you saw it.
He's not German. He's Greek.
Oh. 2 over 5. What's a German accent or Greece accent?
It's like Arabic
and too
or Mediterranean.
It's too brute.
Yeah, so they just say that in her ear, and she writes it herself. But it's kind of cool that he wasn't behind it. He was just like, oh, like humans are which is
that's something I really want to talk about throughout the movie. Or just throughout our fucking conversation about it was I found it really interesting that he's not really like the bad guy because he's not. All he's doing is basically like, let's say we're all.
He's giving them choices, and they're just like, oh,
they're taking the bad route.
Exactly.
It's
and
like
Steve Trevor was saying like, oh, like humans are bad, like just sometimes, just because.
It's like we're all sitting down at this table together, and he just came. He'll drop a gun, and I mean,
you might shoot us real quick.
It's up to us what we want to do with it.
But I just keep talking. Free gun.
I don't know about that. But yeah, so
I'll kill you if you say that shit.
Well, before we get to the final scene where she fights Ares, there's the dance scene. There's like a little party that they sneak into.
Oh yeah.
She's in her blue dresses. That's a really cool shot. She's got her sword. But there's a meme.
You want to talk about the science behind that?
You want me to put the picture up?
I mean, sure.
In the YouTube video.
There's just a meme where it's pretty much like Wonder Woman's walking around with that like.
Because she's in a. Let's picture it. If you've seen the movie, if you haven't, she's in a blue dress, like a nice slim. What is it? It's not a puffy dress. What do they call? Just like.
I don't want dresses.
There's different names of dresses. There's body camis. There's.
Jean shorts.
It's just a blue dress, man. It's got no.
Like
puffs.
the back part's kind of exposed, like shoulder.
Yeah, it exposes the back. It's a low back dress, and you can see that she's got her sword, which she thinks is the God Killer sword that kills gods, and she's holding it like you would hold a sword, like sheathed behind your back.
Yeah.
Except you don't see no sheath, so.
Either she had it like wrapped around her belt, and there was a sheath.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Do you even want to go into the other theory? There's a theory out there that she was just holding the sword like between her butt cheeks.
What?
Yeah.
Nick.
Bro, don't even look at me. I didn't make that shit up. Dude, you think that's a whack theory? What about Ant-Man going? What about Ant-Man going into Thanos' asshole and killing him? Is that more ridiculous?
Jaden, look up.
What is with these theories and ass cheeks?
Jaden, behind the scenes, Jaden, look up Wonder Woman dress sword meme.
Yeah, we'll throw up a photo right now.
Okay.
Everyone's probably just like turning in their seats. Like, what is this?
What is it?
It's
what
real.
Is it?
What if you look it up and it just doesn't exist?
Dude, oh my god.
I'd be like,
I would be so
scared.
scared.
Ares just did some shit.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Nah.
You say it with a German accent. This is fucking
diagram.
Dude,
if she actually did hold the sword between her ass cheeks, that's kind of impressive.
That means
because she was walking.
That means your skin is.
She was dancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she dances with the colonel. She's gonna kill him or something.
Yeah, they're dancing.
The general, or whatever. She's gonna kill him, and then they start dancing. She's throwing it back. He's no, I'm just kidding. This is back in like the 30s.
You like that?
So this is back in like the. So they chilling. Actually, no, this is the 30s. This is like the 10s, right?
Yeah,
10s.
1917. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, very early on in the 20th century. Anyway, there's a scene where Steve Trevor's he wants to go in alone so he can go undercover, and he's talking to Dr. Poison. He's trying to actually seduce her in a way. He's like, I've been a fan of your work. Oh, and then she's like, really? And then he's just like, yes. He's like, I would like to get a little more close to see your work, your findings. And she's like, oh, okay. But then Wonder Woman walks in and he checks her out real quick. And then she's just like, I see you have your mind elsewhere. And then she walks away. So he didn't pull.
Kind of fumbled the bag.
He was about to pull, bro. Wonder Woman cock blocked him.
I don't know, bro. She got like a hole in her face.
Bro, that don't matter, bro. Everybody's beautiful. Beauty comes from within.
I didn't say it.
Beauty comes from within. Comes with within.
Oh, she's a fucking.
Well, she makes gas for a living, so that's not a.
She's a toxic person.
Look, all I'm saying is if she was bringing in the bag, and I can stay at home and make my pod episodes. I might.
How you doing, honey? How many people you killed today?
I might be all right. I mean, she's not doing. What? Lean forward, Nick. You're out of camera.
Oh, might be.
I think. Who's gonna be the villain for the next Wonder Woman?
Cheetah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk about it after this movie.
Okay. Yeah, so
we gotta wrap this up though.
Yeah.
Get to the ending. Steve Trevor fumbled the bag. Wonder Woman's pulling up on the general who
she almost has a chance to kill Dr. Poison, remember? She's like holding the truck. And he's like, kill her.
Yeah,
Like,
Nick,
Ares.
we're gonna get to that, bro. Hold up, bro. You jumping right to the end. Damn.
Trying to get to this.
Yeah, screw your ass.
Trying to wrap it up though.
I'll wrap you up first, bro. All right, now before we get to that though, she goes on the general who she thinks is Ares. Remember? And they have a quick fight, and she just completely takes a dump on him, and she stabs her sword through him, but it's just a regular human. Remember? The general.
Yeah. He takes the freaking like smelling salts. He's like,
he fights her pretty good for a second. He takes his bath salts and he's good.
It's PCP or whatever.
Dude, she gets her fucking the lasso and she pulls his ass up and just body slams him.
Dude, when I first saw it in theaters, I was like, holy shit, is like she OP.
Yeah, and then she fucking stabs him with her sword.
Dude's like a side character.
And she thinks she just won, but they didn't stop fighting, and it's because
like, why didn't they stop fighting, Steve?
It's not Ares, and he's pretty much like, Diana, you dumb bitch. It's not. He
didn't say that.
Yeah, he didn't say that, but he's just like, bro, Diana, quit being stupid. Like, people are just doing the war because they're doing it. It's not one dude. And then she was like, you're wrong. And then he's like, I gotta go, man. What the hell?
Hey,
this is when Ares reveals himself, and they fight.
Yeah.
Turns out it's that dude, like we said, Harry Potter boy, and then
it's like I was at Hogwarts the whole time.
He I think he says join me or some shit. He
tries to convince her,
but she's like, you're wrong about them, and they start fighting.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my only complaints. You guys could disagree. I disagree.
Shut up.
You know what I'm gonna say? Get this dude off the cast.
All right, I'll see you later.
So no wait. I think it's a good site, but I think it's too much fucking CGI and shit at the end. It's just like there's so many flames and shit. And certain shots, it looks like they're just like on a green screen to me, and it just looks like they're not on a real fighting area. And I can probably say the same about the ending of Batman versus Superman. They're just kind of like flying everywhere, and to me, I would like a more grounded thing. Like maybe if they were like the whole background is just flames and fire and shit, and it's like some of this shot looks cool. I like it. That's right at the end when she gets her power, but for the most part, the rest of it just looks very CGI-ish, and I don't like Ares' mustache. It looks so weird. I like how they gave him the armor. It would have been
cooler if his face like kind of just like he had like a human form disguise, and it's just like
he looked
like it disintegrated, and he was just like something totally.
There's actually a flashback where they show him when he got banished by Zeus, and he still had the mustache all the way back then, like in Greek days.
You see,
and he's just like,
it's like your mustache is not with.
If he had like
not to par.
It's not era accurate.
If he had like a full beard, that would be cooler.
That would be cooler.
Yeah.
I would accept that. But that's my only complaint with the ending. And then, as we know, Steve Trevor kills himself after that.
Oh, that's right.
What
did he say to her again?
He said he loves her and that he can save today and she can save tomorrow or something like that. All I'm saying is Wonder Woman could have picked up the fucking bomb and threw it in the sky.
I mean, yeah,
nobody could have died.
And Steve wouldn't die.
Hey, it's cool, bro. It's alright.
He's credited.
Look at her jumping, bro.
He's credited in 1984 though.
Who?
Yeah, so wrapping up Wonder Woman. Let's give it a score. We'll get to Wonder Woman 1984.
So we've talked about the whole thing.
That shit just rhymed. We gotta wrap it up because of the time. So let's give it the score. Pull up the board.
I'll give it. I'll put up a. Okay. I mean, I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I agree.
8.5.
I concur.
I'll give it a.
Actually, matter of fact, I'll give it a 9.
Solid.
Josh is always like lower than mine.
Dude, always trying to overstep me.
I'll give it a solid like 7.5 or maybe an 8.
Okay. That's an average. That averages out at about an 8.5 around that area.
So that was correct.
That's what we think of it.
Wonder Woman's a great movie.
It's probably like top 3, like we've said, out of all the DC movies in the current slate. We'll figure out what the other top 2 are when we get to them. I think Man of Steel is one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Man of Steel.
Justice League. Come on, bro.
Nick.
Come on.
Hey, well, that's next, Nick. The next review we'll be doing will be Justice League. So Nick finally gets to see it. Nick said he's excited, actually.
I'm not, because Josh has just been like, bro, it's so shit. Like,
and
you have to watch it.
Imagine.
I get it's not good, but let me just watch it without any expectations.
Let me tell you, put yourself in the mindset. You actually might end up enjoying it because I've set the bar so low. You might be like, it ain't as bad as I thought, but put yourself in the mindset. A couple years back, you said you really liked Dawn of Justice, Batman vs Superman.
Yes,
the Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate, yeah.
Imagine you just watch that, you're like, oh my god, Justice League's next. Then you watch Wonder Woman, and you're like, holy shit, Justice League's next. And then now you're going in with that mindset. Okay?
Yeah, Justice League it seems like it was kind of.
It was hyped up like crazy. There was so much hype when this.
The
movie
only
was coming
scene I've
out.
seen is when like I think Batman picks up Aquaman, and he's just like, "Yo, let's go." And then there's that other scene when like Aquaman sits on her lasso and he just starts roasting him. Remember, he's like, "Oh, this kid doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Oh,
what are you,
fuck
a robot basketball player?" He's like, "Bitch, no." He starts like roasting them all,
Oh yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh shit, here you go."
All right, so we'll get to that soon. That'll be the next review. We got a couple of things to talk about in the next episode, but thank you all for listening to the current.
Are we not going to talk about 1980?
You want to talk about the sequel that's coming
Yeah,
out?
let's talk a little bit
It
about.
was supposed to be out by now.
Oh, it was, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but Corona ruined it.
I mean, Josh, what you said you had a theory, right? Because
What theory?
this movie takes place like 65 years after the original.
It takes place in 1984, which
and
is
Steve Trevor's alive. If you haven't seen the trailer,
everyone's seen the trailer
check it
by
out.
now.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen the
what you
trailer.
doing?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to play it right quick?
Yeah, show me.
You want to play it? All right. I might
Hopefully
keep this in. I might cut it out. We don't know. It depends on how easy it is to edit this shit.
That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Dude, it was supposed to come out last month.
That ending kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of like how at the very beginning when he's introducing her to shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
It's
It's
kinda
probably
like-
gonna be mirrored. Yeah.
It's,
It's
like, is this? What is this? It's like LSD.
That would have been the 60s. They should have put her in the 60s.
Starts freaking out.
They should have put her in the 60s, bro.
Nah, dude,
have
those
her on some
times were too
drugs.
crazy.
Like, this is Colonel Secret Serum.
No, that's the trailer. What we think?
I'm excited, bro.
It's interesting.
Would have been out by now, but you know how it is.
Do you think they're gonna wait to release it in theater, or is this gonna come out on HBO Max?
They're
It's
gonna
gonna be
wait.
in theaters. Yeah, they're gonna wait. This movie costs too much for them not to get their money back.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
Dude, plus like theater experience above anything.
I've been trying to tell you, Nick. You don't be listening.
Dude, I've been on that, dude. Hello.
We gotta see
Who
that
took
shit.
you to see
Let's-
Parasite?
Me. We're gonna take it in.
Well, you took me to see Parasite,
Yeah,
but that's
shut your
because
ass
you've
up.
never seen
Yeah,
it.
shut your ass up.
Oh my God,
So
dude.
we're gonna see the Alamo Draft House whenever that reopens.
Fuck this guy.
Who, Jaden?
Not
Yeah,
you.
you're right.
I'm looking at the camera. Let him know.
Anyway, one thing I want to say about the trailer.
Go.
The song they use in the trailer is really cool because it's a big '80s song called
Yeah.
called Blue Monday, but it was released in '86, not 1984. So continuity. You know,
Also,
you know how it is. They messed up.
it was taking place in '84. I wanted them to make at least one Terminator reference.
Reference Terminator.
I would like to see them do some shit.
Well, we got to see Arnold pull up.
I would
they're a
like to
Hollywood
see them do
studio.
some stuff where like they kind of alter the history of like 1984, because like DC's like universe is already very like whimsical, you know.
Yeah, they
Like
tweaked it.
people, like there's different people that are presidents, so like hopefully by the time it's like 2020 or whatever, like our time,
Who
like
was the president of the '80s? Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Well,
have,
depend.
gotta have Ronald.
bro, they got to do a Stranger Things reference.
Throw Ronald, bro. We'll have Watergate happen.
Did that happen in '84? Season 2 did, right?
Who knows, bro?
Wait, what did?
Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's when it was like Halloween and all that.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And Watergate, I think that happened in the '70s.
Yeah. Anywho, no. Yeah, I'm
Alright.
excited for the movie. I
Looks really
think
interesting.
like a lot of movies, we got to do an episode where we go review all the canceled movies and like
Oh, yeah,
we'll push release dates. And I mean, 2021 is just gonna be crazy because it's gonna be all the movies that came out last year and the ones that are coming out this year
MK,
all together. Yeah, MK's coming out.
which is technically part of DC, so we got to review it.
Oh, we should review. I mean, it's not the like
It's not part of DCEU.
like EU, but we could do that as like the side.
Actually, you never
We'll
know.
review everything, bro.
Yeah, we'll review every movie till we die,
You
Every
never-
movie that we're
and that's the podcast.
gonna see, you know how it is.
Next
I'm
review-
excited. Do you think Cheetah's gonna wear like the suit and everything, or do you think they're
Well,
gonna?
In the
Tone it
she
back.
doesn't have a suit in the comic. She's literally a fucking cheetah.
Cheetah Woman.
She
Cheetah
she
woman.
has hair and shit. She's like a hybrid.
So you think she's gonna go through some like weird
I think
transformations?
this is what I think. I think okay. Well, first of all, I don't think they should have put Steve Trevor in the chair like he said. I think it would have been a bigger shock to have it pull up.
he
in the,
did not need to be in the trailer.
But anyway, besides that, I think that Cheetah is the main villain. The other dude who we see who played Pedro Pascal is in this.
Really?
Yeah, you saw him in the trailer. He was just there.
Oh, was he that guy
That was
like
him.
on the desk?
Yeah, that was him.
I love Pedro Pascal.
Bro, he's
dude.
awesome.
So
He got fucking murked in Kingsman 2. They threw him in the meat grinder.
And in Game of Thrones, remember he gets his eyes pushed in?
He gets.
Spoiler.
He plays.
I don't
Okay,
watch
he
that.
plays Maxwell Lord, who in the comics is he's kind of like a Lex Luthor type guy, but I believe he actually gets some other shit in the comics too at one point, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I think he's gonna, at one point you see him like looking at like something. I think he's gonna come into contact with some type of mythical type thing, and from that he's gonna be able to try and get what he wants, because he says some things like in a they show him in the trailer. It's like he's in a commercial, and he says like the future or whatever, like make it what you want. So I think he's gonna use that to his benefit, and I think the magical thing is gonna bring back Steve Trevor, because he's gonna probably want Wonder Woman's help for something, but she doesn't accept it. So he brings back Steve Trevor to get to her, and I'm guessing that he's not really back. It's magic, and then Cheetah gets her powers from the magic shit as well. That's what I'm guessing.
That's a really good theory, bro.
I guarantee that's probably gonna happen.
This dude's spitting,
So,
bro.
if that happens, I just guess the whole fucking plot.
Yeah, Warner Bros, you owe us some money. Well, we're gonna release the fucking plot.
Hopefully there's some shit. There's actually. I hope I'm not.
That's probably the
wrong.
only biggest question is like how the hell did Steve get back?
It's magic,
you know?
bro. They're gonna do some magic shit, because I think that's happened in the comics before.
You know what I think they probably did is when he was in Themyscira, they probably saved some of his sperm. And they just did
dude.
some magic shit, and it's not even Steve. It's just like his copy. It's like Mr. Meeseeks.
I'm gonna have to end it there, bro. Let's wrap it up.
Hey,
This
bro,
dude
we're
Nick
spitting
just-
theories. What do you mean?
This dude Nick
That's
just,
not a good
How come it's
theory.
when I say a theory, you fucking shit on
Because
it?
you're talking about sperm
And then you
shit.
fucking back him up.
this dude Nick just
Man, fuck
killed
you.
the vibe, bro.
All right,
literally
that's
talking-
the... Hey, stop talking about nut, dude. God damn.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fucking problem.
That's the review, though.
His theory actually makes sense. Not they fucking
I'm
jerked.
talking about how Steve was alive.
You think they jerked him off in the pool?
We gotta explore all the theories from the least probable to the most probable.
Jaden, what do you have to say about this?
All right,
He's
we're
just
gonna
shaking
wrap
his
it up.
head.
We're gonna wrap it up there.
Go wrap this up.
We'll see you guys. See you guys in the next episode. The next review will be Justice League, so get ready for that shit
Watch
show.
Justice League. Is there an extended cut for that one?
No,
Not the directors.
I don't think there's shit for that.
Damn, they
The
just left it
Snyder
as
cut.
is.
The Snyder cut's coming.
Well,
out.
yeah, but like, what is there like?
No,
there's nothing.
bland. So yeah, let's we're gonna get right into that.
Thank you guys for watching. I
Next
hope
review is gonna
you're
be-
watching these with us.
Follow the Instagram. Follow the Twitter. We got new shit over there. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're listening.
There's a lot of
everywhere
shit
else.
brewing, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys don't even know.
Dude, y'all don't even know,
Yeah,
bro.
you don't know.
Us and our production crew are taking over the world.
Shout out
I'm
Jaggle
just kidding.
behind camera.
Yeah, shout out Jaden. Yeah, he's
He'll
actually.
probably be on the next episode. You never know.
Shout out my guest Nick for this episode of the podcast.
Oh yeah, this is his shit. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm only on this shit. You know, just looking.
You guys
for-
might see Nick in a couple episodes, maybe 20 from now. So
I'm
thank you
leaving.
guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, follow, leave a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. That helps out. And we'll see you next episode.
All right.
Bye.